Hello and good evening, and welcome to SLS action. Tonight we have Northern Irish Cup quarterfinals. So tonight's fixtures: Cookstown versus Portrush, Moyola Park versus Ballycastle, the Updraft versus Shillelaghs, and Bluesy Stout versus Big Time Belfast. There are two second-tier sides still remaining, one non-league side still remaining, and yeah, that's what we've got. So we're going to start with Ballycastle, who are playing Moyola Park, and they line up like this. Quite a number of changes against the non-league side. Podres and Grabowski. Podres gets a rest. Quite significant changes to the defensive unit, but should be quite comfortably enough to see them through. So Ballycastle in their glorious orange and white away kit versus Moyola Park. Rod Mays is the manager, is the referee in fact, and we will kick this one off. And Karol Poborski has opened the scoring inside the first minute, and Ballycastle off to a flying start. Plenty more chances for Ballycastle in the opening 15 minutes, and Guione has doubled the lead on 15 minutes, and barring anything drastic, it looks very much like Ballycastle, who have made it 3, are going to make it to the semi-final of the Irish Cup. Jankowskis with the third goal. Very professional performance from Ballycastle. Assists from Petkov, Baganski and Foucault. So we'll just see if the manager wants to do anything. We've got Guione on 77% fitness, so he might be one to make way or at least keep an eye on for the next 15 minutes. Just waiting on Mr. Megahorse to see what he wants to do. Guione out for Kaczkiewicz. Nice to see Kaczkiewicz on the bench. A player who I do like that. So we look good, and we'll kick off the second half. Still Ballycastle putting all the pressure on, and there is a fourth goal, a second goal for Jankowskis, and we're into the final 30 minutes, so we will pause for any more substitutions and or tactical changes. For Mr. Megahorse, will we see Semak or Loshankov in the last half an hour? Semak, who's played 23 times for Ballycastle this season with 5 goal contributions. From Shankov. Baganski. So that will be Baganski for Loshankov, and we will see this through. Place in the semi-final all but wrapped up for Ballycastle. Can the non-league host get a goal for the records, or is it going to be a shutout for Ballycastle? Very professional performance. Some players Grabowski has a goal disallowed, pushing. Fringe players giving the manager something to think about in terms of getting in the starting team for a league fixture. But that's it. Jankowskis picks up the man of the match, 2 goals from 4 shots on target, 9 shots in total. 2 assists for Petkov, 14 attempts, 7 on target, 7 attempts for the home side, pretty decent performance, but Ballycastle, very professional, and progress to the semi-final. Next up we have a huge game in Portrush, who are joint top of the Premier Division, against Cookstown Juniors, who have had a little blip and lost to Drumore and the Updraft in the last couple of games, 4-3 and 4-2 respectively. Line up like this, just the one change for Cookstown as Bermuda Carr, who's been exceptional, 8.3 average rating, comes back into the side for Stephen Gerrard. And then we will have a look at Portrush, who have made a number of changes. We've got Rod Mackay in, we've got Lusnov in, we've got Sam Rotter in, Julie's in. So yeah, a few changes, but still an incredibly strong side. Side pushing for honours at the top of the Premier League. Massive test for Cookstown. Good luck to Mr. Mega Horse, and we'll see how this one pans out. Mackay with a chance, but a good save. But Zambrota, had the ball in the net, but he was being ruled out. So we are still at 0-0. We're on 24 minutes. But Lusanov into the side for a rare appearance has opened the scoring for the visitors. Cookstown don't look to have created a great deal. There was a chance there for. Oh, it stopped. Let's have a look. No, it's back on. Okay. So yeah, we get to half time. Lusanov opens the scoring for Portrush. 6 attempts, 3 on target for Cookstown, 4 on 4 for Portrush. Decent performance for the away side. No assist for the goal. No concerns with fitness, so we'll just let the manager have a think about if he wants to do anything yet. Over at Cookstown, I think we are going to change it up a little bit. What are we going to do? You should have signed Shield and Shield. Yeah, we really should. They are both players that I'm fond of. Ludovic, unfortunately, never seems to be fantastic when I've had him, but I've tried him many, many times. So we're going to try a bit of width. We're going to swap Marquinhos for Strand. And we'll leave it like that for now. Let's see how we get on in the next 15 minutes. Freeze us with a chance. We're approaching the 60-minute mark. We're going to get there. And John Welsh is not having the best of games, so he is going to come off for Stephen Gerrard. And we're going to really go for it. I'm going to take Roddy off for Torres. We're going to stick him up there. And we're going to go like this. Because it's a cup, and why not? Over to Mr. Mega Horse to see what he wants to do. again, very professional performance from Portrush. Roy Mackay having a decent game into the side. Has he played much this season? 5 times from the bench. Just the one start behind now. Lusanov making his 5th appearance of the season. Milevsky and Dye is going to be. So we will play this to a conclusion. Good luck. Can Cookstown bomb some long balls forward and create a little bit of pressure? Or will Portrush see it through? We've got about 20 minutes remaining. And Moy Mackay on the counter-attack has doubled Portrush's lead, and it looks like they are going to progress through to the semi-final. The narrow didn't quite work for Cookstown, and the gung-ho in the last 30 minutes doesn't look to have reduced anything at all. So it looks like Portrush are just about over the line. There's the final whistle. Congratulations to Dan. Relatively even game in terms of chances created, but probably the better chances for Portrush. Vrizas picks up man of the match for his assist, 4 key passes, so very creative in that second half across at Cookstown. Some poor performances really. Fraser had a decent game and goal. Bermuda Carr, as always, has had a decent game, but apart from that, not a great deal to shout about for Cookstown, and they are going to exit at the quarter-final stage. Next up, we've got. Have you got another game, Dan, or are you done? You don't. So next up, we're going to play Big Time Belfast, who bring Henri back in. Thinking the only change. And they are playing against Extra Stout, who line up like this. Harlan Hoffland, Transit, Dulaj, Dusha, Jojatos, Petrikov, and Bilhafai, Milosevic, and Kesman, which is them at full strength, I believe. So, good test for Belfast, who will go into the game slight favourites. And it's Walt Samuel who's opened the scoring on 15 minutes. I think a header from a corner puts the Premier Division leaders on goal difference ahead. So we're heading towards half time. Double chance for Stout, but they couldn't get the ball into the net. Milosevic, I think it was the second of those chances. Just the 2 attempts, 1 on target for Stout, 4 attempts, 3 on target for Belfast. We've got no assists, 6s and 7s throughout. Not a vintage display, but they do have the goal. Over at Stout, very similar tale of the tape, 6s and 7s. So we'll run it through to 60 minutes. We get to 60 minutes. Take off SLS for Petit, and we're going to put on Zidane. For Vieri. Oh, that was a bit wild. That's what we're going to do. Just because why not? We'll run it through to a conclusion. Today with a chance on the bench. Nicky Franco with a chance. Belfast pushing for a second. Can they get this job done? Stout coming forward and they have a free kick. Coming to the last 10 minutes, another chance. We're heading towards stoppage time. Are we going to get any late drama? No, we're not. Walter Samuel's goal is enough to see Belfast through. No attempts for Stout in the second half. Pretty comfortable for Belfast, and Emerson picks up man of the match for a solid midfield performance. Decent performances from the back line of Belfast as well, who defended well. And yeah, done enough to progress. We'll go across, and the final game is the Updraft versus Shillelaghs. Shillelaghs who line up like this. Pinga continues up front. Carbone and Bambi swap places. I think that is the only change. Across at the Updraft. Got Saviola up front this time. We've got some extra arrows added into these central players. And let's kick this one off. I would make the Updraft slight favourites. Having a very good season in contention for the second division title, and it is Saviola who's opened the scoring on 4 minutes for the Updraft. And it looks like the Updraft are in the ascendancy halfway through the first half. Another chance and a corner for the Updraft. Another corner. Shillelaghs struggling to get a grip of this game and create any meaningful chances. When we get to half time, the Updraft are 1-0 up still. 5 attempts all on target for those, just the 2 attempts, 1 on target for the away side. Castellano continuing his good form in the Shillelaghs goal, as well as Drozdov, who's had a decent season. Over at the Updraft, assist came from Wes Brown, of all people, for Saviola, who's had a quiet half other than his goal. Kick this one off. And we'll just check on the fitness around 60 minutes and run it through with the manager not being present. Just make sure there's no potential injuries. The Updraft still 1-0. We'll get to 64 minutes of the Updraft. We've got 71% on IMAR, so I'm going to be inclined to take him off, in fact. I don't think the manager would leave him on. Some important league games coming up, so I'm going to put Rosicki on. And yeah, no concerns for Shillelaghs. So we'll run this one through. "20 minutes remaining. Can Shillelaghs get back into it? Are the Updraft going to make it through and be the only... Oh, we've got a red card for Drozdov. I think we'll just drop Scott Parker back, but we'll just put an arrow on him up to centre midfield. Can the Updraft make it to be the only first division side in the semis? And Shillelaghs have equalised with 10 men. Djordjevic has, and just on the stroke of full time, Robbie Keane has scored. Shillelaghs, oh my goodness, wow, 93 minutes on the clock. And Stephen McPhail has got an equaliser. And are we heading to extra time, or is it a replay? It's going to go to a replay at Shillelaghs. Absolutely incredible scenes in the last 6 minutes. Well, last 10 minutes really. Drozdov sent off full of visitors. 2 minutes later, Djordjevic got an equaliser. Shillelaghs thought they would earn themselves a replay. 3 minutes later, Robbie Keane fired the Updraft back in front and looked like the game was sealed and that they were going to see it out against the 10 men. But in the 93rd minute, Stephen McPhail's wonder of a left foot has scored and sent Shillelaghs to a replay. Djordjevic picks up man of the match. Pinga with the assist for one of the goals over at the Updraft. Just the one assist from Wes Brown and Rosicki from the bench. Relatively even, probably a little bit more from the Updraft, but a very, very good game and one that the manager will get to do over again. So I am going to run the save through to the next game day. So feel free to stick around if you wish. Water Samuels picked up a couple of games ban. What have we got? We've got 16th. We've got a full set of league fixtures. So I'm going to run this through. Falls back in light training. It's out for a week. You got Tristan doing well in training. Carrier, who's been a big player for Shillelagh's back in light training. Bright York back, and just one game for Drozdov. Ballycastle win in the cup quarter final. Northern Ireland have been drawn with Ukraine, Yugoslavia, Israel, and Azerbaijan. Expectation is that they qualify. Oh, come on. Come off it. Oh yeah, good shout, good shout. Let's. Oh. Jim McCloskey. Let's get some of these in. Samba can go in. Tom. Let's get some of these youngsters called up. Javi, you can go for a run out. Charisma. Estefania. Matty Blincorn. Had high hopes for Matty Blincorn this season, but didn't pan out as expected. El Hadj Diouf game in there. Little shit house. Van der Vaart unused this season is a little bit of a shock. Who's Dobson? Surely that's enough. Oh, Ned Smith. Ned Smith is the Shillelagh's manager, and he's been sacked. That confused me a little bit there. But unfortunately for Shillelagh's, that cup replay earned away at the updraft has not been enough to save the manager his blushes. And Ned Smith is gone. So Ned Smith has been a bit regenerated and reappointed. Ned Smith a second. He's in. So a little bit of work to do for Ned Smith to get the Shillelaghs out of this relegation playoff spot with only 6 games to go, but new manager bounce and all that. Yeah, the manager will have to rejig his squad before the next set of fixtures. Anyway, back to where we were. As tonight is a busy night. 5 players are called up. Guigu suspended. I'm gonna go with Mascara. Makovsky. Is that enough? There we go, that'll do. 7 players. Mackay, glowing references. Semi-final draw is today. Going to see Ballycastle at home against big time Belfast, which means the updraft or Shillelaghs are going to play Portrush. We don't have any manager clashes, do we have? No managers playing themselves. So that will be interesting. The updraft or Shillelaghs versus Portrush and big time Belfast away at Ballycastle. Lefkins, Chika. Oh, that's a bit quick. It's just the international call-ups are in the news, I think. Champions League, Bayern beating Ajax 3-0 in the performance of the evening. 5th of April, so about 3 weeks away for the cup semi-final. Tonton's out for 2 weeks and has been removed. Oh my goodness. It's going to see a call up for sorry, I'm just a little bit quick to get Carrades in. It's all kicking off on the pitch after the World Club Cup final. Chelsea has seen out the second half and won 3-0. Oh, we've got the quarter-final replay, which is a real shit show because the manager is going to have to sort his shit out. So right, I'm going to end the stream. I'm going to set my teams up now and save it and hope there's no issues before the weekend. So thanks for joining me, and hopefully we'll see you midweek for the next round of action. Cheers, bye.